Hi everybody, welcome again to another episode of It Takes Balls to Knit the Show. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with me. We have a great show in store for you, including 3 giveaways. So make sure you watch the entire thing to see how you can get all of them. So in this episode of It Takes Balls to Knit the Show, we don't have our Knit You segment, so we only have 2 segments, but don't worry, Knit You will return in 2 weeks. The 2 segments though are 2 new ones. We have a local yarn shop spotlight where we're going to go to Apple Yarns in Bellingham, Washington and chat with Andrew and Andrea about their shop. And we have a Dying to Knit You segment where we're going to talk to Kim and Evan of Black Cat Custom Yarns. And you might have noticed that I have this little project bag hanging on my hip. This is thanks to Lindsay from Erin Lane Bags, and this is just, I can't even tell you how cool this thing is. It has a little snap that snaps on your loop and allows you to basically take your knitting with you, and you can even knit while you're walking with one of these things. Now Erin has kindly donated one and we'd like to thank her for that, and she actually donated another one that one of you lucky viewers are going to win. So more information about that later on in the show. Make sure you watch the whole thing to find out how you can win your own project bag from Erin Lane Bags. Let's go have a chat now though with Andrew and Andrea from Apple Yarns. Okay, so hello everybody. I am in Bellingham, Washington, and I am here at Apple Yarns. And in front of me are the owners of Apple Yarns. So would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
Sure. I'm Andrew.
I'm Andrea. Oh, okay, I'll go. Together we own Apple Yarns. We have been in business 13 years and always in Bellingham, Washington. 3 short moves, but most of all, we love it.
Excellent. And I mean, this space is fantastic. Of your 3 spaces that you've had, I've actually seen all 3 of them, which is really cool. Yeah. This is by far my favorite, and yeah, it's fantastic. So how long have you been here at this location?
7 years.
7 years. Wow.
I know.
It's been that long. That's amazing. That's fantastic. And you guys have been around for 13 years.
Mm-hmm. Wow. In Bellingham for 13 years.
Yes.
Right. Now, I understand that you guys have the distinction, like you have a pretty specific distinction. I saw your
Should
eyes
I go for it? Well, it was Andrew's idea, but we are a tourist activity of Bellingham, Washington. And what that means is more than 50% of our business comes from outside of Whatcom County. So Andrew's idea was to prove it. And so we proved it to the city and the state, and that's how come we were designated a tourist activity. And we actually have signs on the freeway, and we are so proud of those signs.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Those are amazing. I've seen them.
Exit 254.
Yeah.
I-5.
On the I-5.
Yeah.
Now, are you guys the only one in Washington State? Do you know if there's any others?
There's a bead shop down south, but where we really got the
idea. Of yarn shops.
I think of yarn shops, we might be the only
one.
That's pretty amazing. That's a great accomplishment.
Thank you.
Welcome. So, speaking of that, you get a lot of people coming out from away coming in here.
Correct.
What draws them in here? Like, what makes you guys so special?
Okay, I guess we're going to do this a lot. I think we're going to do this a lot. I just tend to talk more.
That's yes.
You know what? I think our color. we have a lot of colors, and we really like colors. But when you read our reviews and stuff, it's about how you're greeted, about how you're taken care of by people who do knit and crochet. And we love our craft. And the best compliment we've ever received is someone said, "You guys still like to knit and crochet." And it's true. I mean, I knit almost every single night, after I sit down. Well, standing too, I guess. But when I sit down and just for my time, I'm still knitting for my own enjoyment. The signs on the freeway, like all yarn shops, we're a destination. And that's just tends to be what a yarn craft store is. And it's about being out there, getting your name and your colors and all that information out there.
And we're also considered the friendly store.
Yeah, definitely. The Hello Store. Yeah.
Nice. That's fantastic. And especially now with, okay, we'll just quickly divert to that, the big discussion on Instagram about inclusion. I mean, I, for one, can say that even as a man, because I haven't had issues specifically with racism, but I have had issues with sexism, where I've walked into a yarn shop, and especially when I'm with a female, I'm totally ignored. But I can tell everybody actually from the very first time I walked into your at your first location, I was greeted and I was welcomed as a knitter, not just as a guy being chaperoned or whatever.
Correct.
I think that has a little bit to do with, my background is my family owned a lumber hardware store. I was the little kid running around in my family's lumber shop, and I knew what CRX was and plywood and stuff like that, but I would totally be ignored. We had someone just a couple months ago who was kind of doing that to Andrew, and I was there, and they kept directing all their questions to me, and and I finally just had a little bit of fun with it. I said, I'm going to have to go, but I'm leaving you in the very, very capable hands of Andrew. He happens to love cables also. And and I just left because her mouth drops and I'm like, nope, yeah. I know she's in really good hands.
Yeah.
So I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. I love the way people get treated here. And even when I see it, it's just really nice. So, in terms of yarns that you carry in the store, I mean, do you have any specific ones, or do you know how many different brands you carry? We'll get to yours after.
Sorry.
No.
We do carry other local dyers.
Yep.
We also carry yarns from Cascade, Barocco.
Malabrigo is back. When you've been in business for 13 years, one of the things that happens is that you carry one yarn line for a long time, and then just naturally you have to let it go and bring in other ones. So it's been fun this year to bring some of those back. Malabrigo's back. That's the biggest one, of course, because we all love Malabrigo.
Yeah,
but
and we have stuff from Brown Sheep as well. And
yeah, we and local Cedar House, Spin Cycle. Barocco, you already said that, Skacel. We're just...
You got quite a variety.
We have a variety, and what we pride ourselves in is we have a lot of a lot, let's say, in every price point. So, we have some of those acrylic yarns that, some of us may not like to knit in them as much, but we have them. And then we have all the things all the way into the $30+ price point. So we have another yarn shop was in here, and I hadn't really noticed that we do that, or I guess I hadn't paid attention to it. And Ben from Nifty Knitters, he's the one who said, "You guys have every price point." I'm like, yeah, that is what we try and do.
That's good.
And we also have gift items too.
Yeah, we have lots of gift items.
Right. And you have a very knowledgeable staff.
We do.
Like, aside from yourselves.
We have a great team. We have a great team.
Yeah, and that's great. You guys pay attention to Ravelry as well,
yes.
Right? So
yes.
Andrea more than me.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, and this is something I've noticed, when I'm in it. She's always, not always, but she references Ravelry. And when somebody comes in, because nowadays it's commonplace for somebody to walk in and say, "So there's that pattern on Ravelry, da."
It's purple. You know what one I'm talking about, right? Or it's got little bumps and it gradates in color. Yes. Yes.
Exactly.
Let me get you a shift.
And you're able, and I think that's a big thing too, when you're able to reference things through there or whatever. So that's neat. I understand you have a designer on staff as well.
We have a couple.
You have a couple. Oh,
Yeah.
excellent.
Claudia Barbeau and Sharon, they both do great jobs. This happens to be one of Claudia's designs. This is Ripple Effect. And Sharon does a lot
Love
of
the
design
colors.
thank you, Apple Fiber Studio.
Right.
And Sharon does a lot of incredible crochet work.
Right. And that's a big thing because
Yes.
it's getting harder and harder now to find crochet and crochet support. You know, people walk in, they have a pattern, it's a crochet pattern, and nobody can help them because everybody's focused on a knit
Correct.
thing. So
Well, and crochet is just my own bias right here. Crochet is a little different, and then a lot of people do it by sight. So there's not as many people who pattern read
Right.
in crochet. So when we can do that and help them, and it's just leaps and bounds what most people can do.
right. Okay, so the two of you have been together for 25 years, you said?
We just celebrated our 25th wedding anniversary.
my
well,
goodness,
actually, we're just getting ready to
So,
celebrate our 26th.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
I'm sure he has
fantastic.
something very big planned.
No.
Didn't you do
No.
that for 25?
No, I did. We went camping in Tofino. Highly recommend it.
Tofino's amazing.
I love
It's,
Tofino.
oh, it's
It's
so
my happy
fun.
place.
That's like my backyard.
Oh, that's my
Come.
happy place.
That's
Tofino.
awesome.
And then we
Nice,
went
it's
back
great.
for New Year's Eve. We had so much fun.
Wow.
Yeah, it's our happy
It's
place.
okay.
now.
I wouldn't have crashed your 25th anniversary anyway. So, so you guys been
We were camping.
you guys have been together for 25 years,
Yep.
26 almost, and the store has been around for 13. So,
Correct.
how did the store come about? Was it a joint thing from the get go? Was it one
No.
and then the other? Okay,
Well, we
why
moved-
did you guys tell the story?
We moved to Bellingham in 2000
From San Diego.
from San Diego. We had another company where we both worked together,
Blazing Banners.
which is a banner and flag company, which is still in existence.
Oh my gosh! Somebody does flags. Do you watch Big Bang Theory?
Yes.
Sheldon's fun with
3
flags.
episodes left. I love Big Bang Theory.
Sheldon's fun with
I know.
flags.
I know. Fun with flags.
No way.
I know. I
So you
love
guys
Big
are
Bang
like
Theory.
geeks almost.
Yeah.
Yes. But we do large format
love-
and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But,
Right. Okay.
and then we moved up in 2000, and we
I
had
think there's
we
a
had-
short condensed version
Okay.
of this. The
for
short
it.
condensed version is our kids. We have 3 awesome, incredible kids, and the youngest was in 4th grade. They're busy. They're creating their own lives, and honestly, I just didn't want to do Blazing Banners anymore. It's not against Andrew. I just wanted some creative. I had started knitting. Of course, I went to a local yarn store, and I just really liked it. But I also realized there were things that were missing. So I'd come home, and I'd go, Andrew, there's no yarn store on the left side of the freeway. You know, a couple days later, Andrew, there's no yarn store that makes you feel like Cheers. No one knows that reference anymore, though. I feel really old. Yeah,
Where everybody
people don't-
knows your name.
Where everybody knows your name. That was like one of our original things. And not many people know that one anymore, but that was a huge reference. And so we just took all those little things. Plus, I grew up in retail. I worked for Nordstrom's and Neiman Marcus. And I genuinely love retail. I genuinely love small retail. I like any kind of retail, actually. But I really like small retail, and I feel it's a really, really valid, important part of the whole economic system type of thing. So I just kept proposing all this little stuff to Andrew. And then near the grocery store, I know how women shop. So near the grocery store, there was this little spot available. And I'm like, Andrew, I know how women shop. They go grocery shop for the family, and then they go to the garden store and they sneak in plants or they sneak in yarn, but they haven't cost their family any extra time away from the family. And so that's how it started. Our first retail store was next to a grocery store. We loved it. And I just took advantage of people going there for their groceries and, I might as well stop by the yarn stop.
and I didn't know how to knit then.
No.
I had no idea
No.
what yarn.
And you're like, you were telling me I've got to stop knitting so much. And I'm like, well, then you need to start knitting because we need shop samples. And so Andrew is
I started
he's,
knitting.
he's Mr. AY. I mean, women, he has his own groupies. He has people who will only talk to him. I mean, we say, it was the reverse, like, people don't know men knit, and so they kind of ignore you. But then there's a whole other side of women who absolutely love Andrew, and they won't have us help them.
And a lot of times I'll deal with him over the phone, too.
Yeah, he does a lot of phone stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then it's just grown.
It's grown.
So you guys started it together.
Yeah.
We did.
Nice.
It's grown with our kids running in and out, our kids being the, big images. They're modeling hats and scarves, and really proud of it.
And then our staff has been with us.
Since the beginning,
Since the
mostly.
beginning.
I mean, there's been a few add-ons, but mostly we're the original team.
That's excellent. So now with this new age, I guess, where everybody loves to shop online, how do you find that that's affected your store, or has it?
Absolutely.
It has.
It absolutely has affected it.
But the biggest thing is people still want to go into a yarn shop and touch and feel before buying. If they've seen the yarn elsewhere, then most of the time they will buy. But fortunately in the Northwest, we have a lot of yarn shops.
Yeah, we have a great community of yarn shops. So I think we have all of the yarn shops in the Pacific Northwest. We have a dedicated following, and that's really important. But the online, that's just a matter of fact. And so we have appleyarns.com. We have to. I don't know how small retail can support itself without having multiple avenues. It's just a fact of life.
And you guys are also very good with the social media, because you have a
Andrea's very good.
Well,
We try. I feel like it changes every single day, though. I mean, I'm reading books. I'm engaging. I'm trying. Our goal is for people to find. One of our goals is for people to find us online, and that we still are welcoming. Our phone number is listed on our website. You can talk. Mostly to Andrew, because people love talking to Andrew on the phone. You can find someone. I mean, there's a reason our phone number is there. There's a reason our address is there, is we still want to be your local yarn shop no matter where you are. We have one woman, she's out of Portland, I won't say her name, but Facebook messages me? She's so cute. She Facebook's messages me with the tiniest little things. And I was literally thinking when I was answering this question, I'm like, oh my God, really? And then I thought, no, she wants that personal outreach. And so I don't know if she bought the yarn from me, but you know what? She contacts us on Facebook and, asks us questions about a green top to a hat. But I'm her community.
Yeah.
So that's just it.
We all need those connections.
Yeah,
And,
absolutely.
We're in danger of losing them.
Yeah. So I thought I could either be irritated by this, or I could treat it as, isn't it nice that someone reached out? So that's the way I try and think of our social media.
Yeah, that's great.
It's a giant community.
It is a giant community.
Excellent. So you mentioned your website. That's
If we did as many plugs as we could, Steve.
no, that's appleyarns.com. What's your Instagram handle?
Apple_yarns. That's our actual, but if you hashtag Apple Yarns, we come up too.
Yeah. And your Facebook page?
Apple
is
Yarns.
just Apple Yarns. Okay. So we'll put all those up for people to
Thank
contact you. And you do ship worldwide?
We do.
We do.
We have great shipping to Canada, by the way. We always get compliment our shipping to Canada is a nice low price.
Yes, that's fantastic. I love that. I would just jump on a train and come down. It's
Thank
such
you.
a great. You referenced Apple Fiber Studio.
Yes.
Yes.
So, not that you guys have, all the time in the world, but I guess somebody had it in their mind to put some more on your plate.
I'll take that.
Yeah, it's definitely him.
Okay, Andrew, you want to tell us about Apple Fiber Studio?
Well, Apple Fiber Studio basically started about 2017, but we've been dying for a lot longer than that. We started with kid classes, going with Easter egg dyes.
I would buy up every Easter egg. Like, the day after Easter, I
Kool-Aid
went
dyes.
I was at every grocery store.
And teaching little kids all about yarn, and they would first dye their first skein of yarn. We'd do that over the old shop. And then we've also hired other designers, other dyers to do some custom stuff for us, and it just didn't.
I realized I had
well.
more of an opinion than I thought I had in the process.
Yes, in colors
Yeah,
and textures.
I had a bit more opinion than I thought. Yeah.
A knitter with an opinion.
Yeah, who actually was a commercial interior designer and has always played in color. Yeah, so I had more of an opinion than I thought.
And that's how Apple Fiber Studio started.
So now you design your own, and you have your own line of yarns.
Correct.
How many bases do you guys carry?
8.
Wow.
Didn't realize that.
Can you name it? Can you tell me that?
We'll start out with our lace weight, Delicious. Everything's based on apples.
Yeah.
Right.
So we have Delicious, which is our lace weight. We have Sparkling Cider,
Nice.
which has a little bit of Stellina in it. Then we have Macintosh.
That's our best selling yarn.
That's our
Nice.
so Sparkling Cider and Macintosh are both fingering weight. We also have
What's
Gal
the fiber?
in
A merino
Ma-
nylon blend for Macintosh. Oh, no,
Okay.
Macintosh is a merino, alpaca, and nylon blend.
correct.
So
Really
it makes
nice
it
and
really
soft.
soft.
Can you guys let me touch that at West?
Oh, we did.
No.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Seriously?
This is that.
Yes.
Yeah. It's our best selling. So one of the things that
I'll
makes
do it.
Apple Fiber Studio different, though, is going back to the knitter side of me. It all starts with texture, and if a yarn doesn't pass the texture test, it does not get my time in the dye pots. So that's why we started with that blend.
And then we also have, going back to the different lines, we have Gala, which is more for custom colors.
Yep.
That's my favorite apple, by the way. It is.
Yeah.
I love Gallus.
That's what we love doing. And so,
Oh.
not only that, is so like each name kind of relates to something. So, Gala being your favorite, well, Gala is also really special. So, that might as well be our special event color yarn.
And then, we do have a sport weight, which is really new. It's called Crispin.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Then, then we have,
John
our-
Gold.
well, let's go to our DK then. We have Jonna Gold, Appletini, which is also, it's a DK with sparkle.
Right.
We have Pippin, which is a
DK Donegal.
a Donegal tweed. We have worsted weight, which is our Honey Crisp, which is also a Donegal tweed. And we have another one called Opal, which is a merino, superwash merino.
Nice.
And then our last base is Cameo, which is super bulky.
And a really large apple. Get it? Super bulky, cameo, large apple. We spend a lot of time thinking about stuff like this. A lot of time.
Okay, so you guys don't do the dyeing here on the premise.
No.
It's all done. And who comes up with the colors? How do you come up with your colors?
I do.
and stuff?
With the color of the yarn,
Yeah.
I do.
Andrea.
Yeah.
But
As the lead dyer.
It's as lead dyer, I come up with the colors, but it's all about listening. You know what people want. Cameo yarns, for example, camel color.
Right.
Camel color yarns. It's all about listening to what people are looking at. You know, it's about listening. It's about looking around. My favorite color collection actually came out of the opal colors because I actually saw a color layout I read about they were describing color. They're like a moody, complex blend of colors, saturates. And I'm like, oh, I love those words. And so I came out with 10 colors that for me described those words. And that collection, the colors are all named after feelings, sort of joyful, giddy. Yeah. So, I mean,
flirty.
Yeah.
that literally came after just reading a paragraph. So colors can come from anywhere.
Yeah. Nature.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go for a walk and you
Oh.
see stuff and it's like, wow.
Yeah.
And sparkling cider is all gemstones.
Yeah. So there's themes. There's themes with all of it.
So I forgot to ask, how do you guys come up with the names of all your yarns?
Well, as we said before, kind of each yarn sometimes develops a theme. Sparkling cider has a little bit of stellalina in it, a little bit of glitter. So those are all gemstones. But the most fun one to name is Macintosh. And this is all Macintosh right here. Sometimes, okay, so my favorite one is this. This is Buttercup Invasion. And when you live in the Pacific Northwest, we all know, well, most of us know what buttercups are. It's that irritating but very, very pretty weed that grows everywhere in spring. Hence, Buttercup Invasion.
Mhm.
So some of these are just special. But okay, so this one, it gets done. Look at the eggplants and the carrots in your vegetable bed. This is called veggie bed. Yeah, so I mean, I can go on and on here. Oh, this one. So I probably dyed this one the first time 2 years ago. This is one of our very first colors. And honestly, it's called berry picking. And what do your fingers look like after you're done picking berries? I mean, all of them have a story.
Nice.
Pumpkin spice latte. Actually, it's called PSL. We don't want to infringe on anyone's copyrights or anything like that.
Well,
So
not
this is
that. You should get
PSL.
Starbucks to give you some bucks for doing
Yeah.
that.
So this is a very popular yarn in fall.
Yeah.
We keep it year round, of course. Our son named this one. I mean, honestly, wait, no, sorry. Okay, that's Sweet Pea. But I sent this off to our kids, and he named this Love Kisses. And I'm just like, oh, he was raised right. I mean, young.
No bias there.
No, 22-year-old male, love kisses, love it.
So there's no real rhyme or reason. I mean, like you said, stories
In
and
this
things.
one, it's 50 plus colors. It's a collection of what do you see.
Right.
This was one of my favorites, and most people probably won't get it. This is Ski Bunny. So white, pink, Ski Bunny.
Yeah.
This one, I can do this all day long, Steve. Okay, so this one started out as, we did Ski Bunny. This was dyed in the same collection. We're thinking red on the mountain. That's danger, hit, injure yourself. We first wanted to call it St. Joe's for our local hospital and decided that wasn't quite right.
Mhm.
And so this became Ski Patrol. And it all started with an accident on the hill. I mean, they all have stories.
So you said there's 50 colors in Macintosh?
Mhm.
More than 50?
Over 50.
Over 50? How many colors do you guys have in total?
Oh, I have no idea. What Andrew said, he organizes all of it, and I'm responsible for the colors. I have no idea. I know we have 8 collections, and they kind of themes. This started when we started Apple Fiber Studio. All of the color names were supposed to represent Bellingham, Washington. We really did not expect it to go larger than that. And then it started to grow. I'm like, okay, well, the next ripple out is Pacific Northwest. Drive-through espresso, Pacific Northwest. And then it just keeps rippling out. And so most of all, we just kind of think of this as happy living colors. What do you see? What brings joy? Really, that's it.
That's amazing.
Thank you. It's, I would say a lot of it's about lifestyle. So now you're in the Sparkling Cider collection, which those are all named after gemstones.
Love that blue one.
Thank you. Sapphire.
That right there is like me.
Yeah.
I love blues.
Here's Notorious.
Ooh.
It's a little bit of my, what I'm all
So,
about.
so the knitters have these names and whatever. Just because you pointed that one out, there is the coolest name I found for a knitter so far. There's a knitter in the UK called Notorious, MEG. I just thought that's just the best name.
Yeah. This
That's cool.
was, I was at a show and I was talking to another dyer, and I'm embarrassed. Her name is Diane. I'm embarrassed. I don't know her company name because I would give a shout out if I could. And she just represented so many different things in life. And I'm like, I want to do that. I want to do that. But I own a LIS with my husband. I need every customer I can have, in all honesty. So we tend to stay neutral, except for our own personal. And this is not someone who I'm going to be neutral about. This is Notorious after RBG, and I freaking love her.
Nice.
So there it is right there. But some of these dyers, you talked a little bit about, the Instagram thing, and they can really get out there and they can state their beliefs and their strong beliefs. And I just didn't feel I could do that until I talked to this other dyer, and she's all, you can.
Yeah.
I literally ran to her within 15 minutes. I'm like, I've got my platform. I can talk about this. This is what I believe in.
Yeah.
And at the last show, I gave her a skein.
Okay, so I am now going to do my favorite thing.
Uh-oh.
This is either or. Okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to give you two choices and you can pick one or the other. No cheating. It's either or.
Okay.
It's not both or, something
misinterpret.
different. It's just either or.
Okay.
Now, since there's two of you, we're going to alternate. So one does one and one does
Let
the
Andrew
other.
go
Okay.
first.
Okay.
And then that way I have that too.
Okay. Are you
Do I
ready?
go first or second?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. Knit or purl?
Knit.
Knit or crochet?
Oh, knit. Sorry.
Black or white?
Black.
Cables or Fair Isle?
Farrell. That one's so easy. Sorry.
Andrew, cables or Fair Isle?
Cables.
He just learned a Fair Isle, though. And he's trapping all of his stitches.
Okay.
He did. He just learned last week.
Okay. Fingering or worsted?
Well, it depends. If it's Fair Isle. Oh, I can't say that. I'm sorry. I'm going to say fingering.
Marvel or DC?
Ooh. Marvel.
Wait, Marvel?
The latest Avengers movie.
I know.
We've seen it.
But I like both.
I was underwhelmed. But anyway.
Oh, I like the latest.
I like
didn't
both.
like the one before.
So
But you said Marvel.
I did.
Batman or Wolverine?
Aquaman. I really like Aquaman. I don't like
Did we
Batman.
not get
I
the
don't
rules?
Okay, I don't like either one of those.
Either or. Come on, Andrea. Either or.
Batman.
Okay.
Oh, wait. No, it can be Hugh Jackman Wolverine. Is that who Wolverine is?
Yes.
Okay, then it can be Wolverine. Hugh Jackman Wolverine.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh my
I'm a firstborn. Can you tell? I mean, so is he. That's what makes it so good.
Oh my goodness. And that made me forget.
Aquaman is the answer.
Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Beer or wine?
Oh, I'm getting all the hard ones.
I knew that would be hard
Okay.
for you.
I'm going to say, I got to give a plug to the local breweries of Bellingham. It's beer. It's the local breweries of Bellingham have made me a beer lover.
All right. Thank you, guys. That was definitely the most interesting either or yet. So, as everybody knows, I love to do giveaways, and you guys are always so generous with things like that. That's fantastic. So, I understand that you're going to give away this shawl that you... Well, actually, not that actual one.
Yeah, no.
So, you're giving the pattern for Ripple Effect, which is the scarf that you're wearing.
Right.
And it takes 3 skeins of yarn. And that yarn, which yarn is that?
Macintosh.
It's Macintosh. And so the winner will get to choose the colors that they want, 3 skeins, and they'll get the pattern and the skeins.
Yep.
Now, in order to do that, what they'll have to do is to go and like your Facebook page, follow you on Instagram,
Yay.
and what was your other social media?
The Ravelry is a big
no,
one.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So, okay. So if they like your Facebook page and follow you on Instagram,
And probably you.
and follow myself, Mr. Hugs, on Instagram, and then tag 3 friends. I'm going to put up a post with this pattern, and tag 3 friends on that. They'll be entered in a draw, and then you'll contact the winner and arrange to
Yep.
get them their goods.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Excellent.
And a great big thank you from us.
Yes.
We're pushing the whole Instagram thing right now, I must admit. So
Yes.
thank you.
Well, it's like you said, you have to be engaged in all the avenues, and it's a lot of work, but it's worth it. Yeah.
Super
I
excited to be in
didn't
Knit City.
even mention it. Yay!
That's my personal favorite. Okay, don't tell
We'll
Stitches I said
we'll
that.
be back.
Yeah, well, because I've been to Knit City every single year.
But we
not
were
always
one of the
the
sponsors.
vendors.
We were sponsored the very
The
first year.
Yeah. So
Seriously?
yeah,
We were.
How did I
because
not know that?
that's probably where we first met, though, because of the
No,
Canadian
it
dollar.
is where we met. How did I not know? No. We met before Knit City because I came down here before
Correct.
Knit
Okay,
City
you're
started.
right. You're right.
But how did I not know you were sponsors? of
Because
it?
we didn't
Andrew.
sell anything.
We didn't sell anything. All we did was talk about apple yarns in Bellingham,
And
Washington.
I know that. I was there and I saw
Yeah.
you and
Yeah.
everything. I just didn't realize you'd actually help sponsor. That's fantastic. Thank you for supporting them. They've grown.
It's the best
gotten-
show, though. It is the best show. Again, don't tell Stitches I said. It's my personal favorite.
This is gonna go up online, and
I know. I love Stitches. They're two totally different shows.
And we also like Vogue.
Yeah, we love we like them all.
I like
and then
them
you've
all.
got
I
Red
try to go
Alder
with
come in. I'm really hoping we get into Red Alder.
I hope you enjoyed watching that as much as I enjoyed filming that. That interview was one of the best I've had so far. Andrea is just incredible, just a ton of laughs in real life as well. If you ever get the chance and you're in Bellingham, Washington, make sure that you go in and Apple Yarns and have a look around. I'm sure you'll find something you like. And if you don't get to go there, remember they do ship. All their information's on their website, appleyarns.com. And give Andrew a call. I'm sure he'd love to chat with you. So now we're going to go from a store that developed or evolved into also including dyeing to some dyers that have evolved into having a storefront as well. Join me now as I go to Chilliwack, BC to talk to Kim and Evan from Black Cat Custom Yarns. Okay, so I'm in Chilliwack, BC. Beautiful, beautiful Chilliwack, BC. And I'm here with Black Cat Custom Yarns. So would you guys like to say hi to the world? And
Hello,
world. Nice. And so who's who, just so they know?
I'm Kim. I'm the creator of Black Cat Yarn.
And I'm Evan. I came in and helped create some of our 185 colorways.
Oh my gosh, seriously?
Currently.
185.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't even know that. I have a feeling I'm going to learn some stuff here too. So you guys haven't been around for that long.
3 years officially.
3 years officially. I remember meeting you at
Knit City.
Knit City. That was what, 2 years ago? This would be the third year.
This is going to be our fourth Knit City
It's your
this
fourth
coming
Knit City.
fall.
Okay,
Yeah.
I met you in the beginning, so that would have been 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And you want to tell us about that? I mean, you'd only been dyeing for 6 weeks or so?
I signed up for Knit City after about 2.5 months. And then as of the official date of Knit City, I'd been dyeing for 6 months.
6 months,
Yeah.
wow. And that went really well for you.
It went brilliantly. Yeah.
Yeah. And how much work did you do in that? Evan?
I did none. So Kim was actually our wedding photographer. That's how we met, and we made fast friends. And so we like hung out all the time at first, a lot, and then all of a sudden she got really busy and wasn't able to hang out. So I brought my daughter over to hang out with her daughter, and I sat in the kitchen and watched her dye for like a couple hours one day
Yeah.
because I have to get 1,000 skeins done by Knit City. Oh, I have to get 1,000 skeins done. I have no time. So I came and hung out with her.
Yep. And he started working here 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, when we actually built the physical location,
Yes.
I got brought in to help like paint and construct, and then it's like, oh, well, you just have to help me dye now. You don't
Yeah.
have a choice. And
No choice was given. He
Yeah.
had just gotten permanent residency.
yeah.
So he was
yeah, no
immediately...
job search. I was just wrangled in. I had no choice.
Nice. Permanent residency from where?
California.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, another import. Woohoo.
Yeah. Bypass all the rest of it. I'm from California, so I got out before Trump, and I'm on the West Coast thing.
Nice.
I'm not being political.
Okay, so did I hear you right? You dyed 1,000 skeins for that first Knit
I
City?
did, or
In
just under.
your kitchen?
In my kitchen,
What,
2
two at a
skeins
time?
in a pot, 2 pots.
Wow.
So I think the biggest day that I could do was 36 skeins.
Wow.
So I worked a lot, and I dried
That's
them.
Quick math. That's like 30 days. That's a solid month.
Yep, and I dyed
Like
them.
30 days. Probably
Dyed them and
longer
hung
than
them in my backyard.
Wow. Wow. So I guess you decided from there that you needed more room.
Not immediately. I started taking wholesale accounts, and when I started getting orders for hundreds of skeins, and I didn't want to have to make them wait forever, I started realizing I can't keep up with this. So yeah, it was serendipitous that when we found this place. So yeah.
Right.
Yeah. All along, she said, when I get big enough, I'll have to hire you to help. When I get big enough, I'll have to hire you to help. And then
You got the
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did faster than expected. So
Well, yeah, because I mean, you no longer fall in the class of an indie dyer now.
no, I guess not.
And Evan, you had a lot to do with the.
Yeah, I
building
came
up
in.
and-
I came in. There was because her husband's building was upstairs, and that was all structured and stuff. But when I first came in here, there was no walls. There was just the two outside and the back wall, and there was
Yeah.
all beams and stuff in between. So I came in when
My dad couldn't do it by
Yeah,
himself.
her dad couldn't do it by himself, so I came in when they started drywalling here, and we painted and did the flooring and stuff.
So, how long did it take to transform this into what it is now?
We constructed from
I came in July 7th.
Yeah.
So it was a week after my birthday.
and we dyed our first skein in the studio on August the 15th.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
And how much space is here? What is it?
2,600 square feet.
Wow. So, and now it's a combined yarn shop dye studio.
Yes.
That's fantastic. That's a great use of resources.
Yeah, we never intended to have a store. We lucked into the space, and it just so happened that we have these great windows and retail, and we couldn't waste it.
Yeah, couldn't pass that opportunity up. It's beautiful. Beautiful space.
Yeah, nice. And you guys go all over. You mentioned wholesale accounts. You were just in LA, right?
We were down in LA meeting customers, and we now have a couple of stores down there that are going to start carrying
Yeah,
our
one
yarn.
in Redlands, California, one in San Diego, California,
Yeah.
currently.
And yeah, we're carried in Portland. We're carried obviously all over the Lower Mainland and
Tokyo,
DC.
Japan.
And Tokyo, yes.
Shut the front
Yeah.
door.
Yes.
Yep. What, 100 skein? 140 skein?
160
160 skein
shipped
order
to Tokyo.
Japan.
Wow. And that's into a shop.
It's in a shop there, yeah.
Nice, nice. Well, my next question was going to be on what's next. Like, where do you go from here? But looks
More.
like you're going more.
Travel,
Bigger.
get some shows out there. We're doing the BC circuit in June.
Yeah,
So we're going
yeah,
out
we're going to be
to-
up in Prince George and Fort St. John, and then to New Denver, doing all of those yarn shows, and then I think we're going to be down in San Diego in September.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah,
They're having their yarn crawls the 15th and 16th
middle
or
of
something
September.
like that.
Yeah.
Wow. And obviously you're online,
Yes. Yeah, we
So-
do a ton of sales online.
right? And you ship
Global.
everywhere.
Yep.
Global.
Spain, Australia, Germany,
Israel.
Yeah.
Wow.
Lots
South
of Hong
Korea.
Kong and
Yep.
Korea. Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into the nitty gritty. What bases do you have? You already mentioned
A
over
lot.
180 colors.
We've got 11.
11.
I need your finger. There we go. We've got 11 bases.
11 bases.
Can you tell me?
Yes, we have
Okay.
All Your Lace Are Belong to Us, which is our 100% superwash merino lace.
Okay.
Then we've got Everyday Sock, which is an 80-20 merino nylon. We've got Workhorse Sock, which is BFL and nylon. We've got Blingtron 400, which is a World of Warcraft reference, but it is 84% merino, 16% stellina. We have Luxury Sock, which is merino cashmere nylon. We've got Answer to Everything, which is a single ply fingering weight. And we've got
What's the
It's
fabric?
merino cashmere and
merino
silk.
cashmere and silk. Yes, yes.
I got your back.
I'm glad you're here, Evan.
And then we've got Double Double, which is our DK weight. It's 100% merino. We have Superwash. Yeah, they're all superwash.
Yeah.
Then we've got Let's Get Worsted, which is our 100% superwash merino worsted weights. We've got Stay Puffed, which is our chunky, bulky weight, whichever you want to call it. It's 80-20 merino nylon. And then we've got Bigger, Bulkier Base, which is a Cards Against Humanity reference, which
our
is
super bulky.
super bulky, which is also 80-20 merino nylon. And
Luxury worsted.
Luxury worsted, which still needs a new name. We're working on it, and it is merino cashmere silk worsted weight.
Right. So who comes up with the names?
It's communal. Often our knitting circle comes up with
Yeah.
names.
Really?
Bigger, bulkier base.
was our D&D DM.
Our D&D
named it.
DM, yeah. And Let's
I named Stay Puff.
yeah, Let's Get Worsted, I think, was Jake, who's my husband.
Yeah. All Your Lace Belong to Us was Martin.
That was Ash.
Oh,
Oh,
was
that
Ash?
was Martin.
Martin, her
Yeah,
husband's
my
business
husband's
partner.
business partner.
Upstairs.
So yeah,
Wow.
yeah, it's communal. Whoever has a good idea,
We go with
we
it.
go with it.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Now I have to ask about your colors.
Yes.
185?
currently,
When I first came in, so she had been doing it for a
55?
year and a few months, And she had 55 colorways.
Now we're up to
And now we're at
185.
185. And counting.
Okay.
We've got 2 more that aren't in the Scarf of Doom, which I'm sure we'll have to get pictures of.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So who comes up with these colors?
We both do.
Cardies.
Sometimes it's
Yeah.
communal, sometimes it's just
Right.
him, sometimes it's just me.
It's a lot funner. It's a lot easier to come in and say, I want to make this color
Mm-hmm.
that you like. I want to make a color based off of this Pokemon or
Yes.
this painting
Or, yeah,
this
picture.
comic book.
Yep.
As opposed to, oh no, we created something beautiful.
Now what
the
do we
heck
call
are we
it?
gonna name it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's. I mean, I don't know if I could think of 185 colors, much less identify them and
Oh, yeah.
come up with the chemicals and
Yeah, and we have
the colors
repeatable
and
Yeah, they're all
repeatable
repeatable.
recipes for every single one of them.
Wow,
So-
that's incredible. So Evan, you do a lot of these colors, or are you
Yeah, we figured that I'm probably responsible for what, a third?
Probably a
'Cause you have-
third by
if-
yourself.
If
So
you didn't,
do-
yeah,
So you both have a science background for this?
Neither
Or-
of
not
us
in the
do.
slightest.
Neither of us have any training in
I
this
like
whatsoever.
I like wearing color, and I like colorful hair, and I like color in my life. I never thought I'd be in textiles. I came from a video game background. I used to work at GameStop down in the States. And now I come up with pretty colors for yarn, and I can help people find their fade.
Yep.
Wow. Now, throughout there's been a lot of references to comic books and
Yes.
things like that. You guys are kind of geeky, right?
Big
Oh, yeah.
nerds.
Yep.
Yep.
The Joker tattoo.
The Joker
yeah.
tattoo.
Oh, you got a
I've
Joker
got-
tattoo.
I have World of Warcraft all over. And,
Right.
Yeah.
I've got a Cowboy Bebop tattoo, which is an anime, and
Nice.
Yeah.
And you guys do Comic-Con scenes
Yes.
often.
Just for fun.
yeah.
Just for
So,
fun.
yeah.
Nice. Excellent. Well, it's kind of cool to know what people do in their
Yeah.
spare time. And you play Cards Against Humanity.
We do.
Without me.
If we'd
I want an
known.
invite next time.
Next time you're in
We
town.
played last night.
Yep.
I know. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. So you have seen Endgame already, right?
Yes, we have.
We,
Okay, you got to tell me what happens.
No spoilers. No.
But it was great because it's myself, my wife, and my daughter, and Kim, her husband, and her daughter.
Yep.
So there were 6 of us. And I looked down when I was messaging her that morning, and I was wearing orange shorts. And I'm like, oh, we should all dress up in
Yes.
colors of the Infinity Stones. And then her husband's like, oh, we should paint our nails. And so we did.
Yeah,
and
mine
I think
are all
he's like,
chipped and stuff now.
I
though.
think his reaction was, oh, I hoped Evan wouldn't go for it, so I don't have to paint my nails. I'm like, no, I got orange. I'm good.
No, he was totally down.
Yeah.
He was totally down.
Evan, you didn't see yourself in textiles.
Nope.
Kim, what about you? What got you into this?
I was a wedding photographer for 10 years. So I've always worked for myself. That's how we met. I've always worked for myself and always creative stuff. But no, I did not see this as a career. I started playing with some white yarn that I had in my stash, and I dyed it with Kool-Aid and realized that I really liked it. It was a lot of fun, and kind of dove in head first. So
Okay, so we're in the studio,
yes.
and
Well,
We're in the store.
Yeah, go to the
right?
studio.
Now, attached to this store in this 2,600
2,600 square feet. Yeah.
you guys have your dye studio.
Yes, we do.
And from my understanding, this isn't like, let's go dye some yarn in our kitchen thing. This is a full commercial.
It is a fully commercial kitchen.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I know for a fact that some of the people watching this have never seen that before.
Oh, wow.
Would it be okay if we go back and check that out?
Yeah, totally.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. I will follow you guys.
Okay, let's
Sweet.
go.
Okay. So definitely. So for today, I guess all our viewers are staff,
Everybody's
right?
staff today.
Okay.
Yep,
So
yeah.
let's go in and check this out.
On in. So it is a mess.
Okay. Don't go so
It's-
fast.
It's
Everybody will
always a
kill me.
mess. But you know,
Creativity
organized
creates.
chaos.
There we go.
And yeah, so we store a whole bunch of stuff here. Lots of our undyed yarn and a lot of show supplies and all kinds
Seasonal
of other
decorations.
seasonal decorations. Yeah. So we do Halloween and Christmas and all that kind
Okay.
of stuff. And
Hey, a map of Canada.
yes, very old map of Canada that is no longer applicable.
Okay.
So
you won't even get
but
into
it's
that.
Fun.
We should actually duck into the drying room real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, we have to see the drying
The
room.
drying room is pretty cool. It's not super full at the moment.
Hit the fans.
It's not super full right now. So as we dye the yarn, it needs to dry in a relatively quick manner.
And in
So
a controlled environment.
in a controlled environment. So this room is climate controlled to 30 degrees with about 5% humidity. And it gets the yarn dry in a couple of days. Faster if there's less in here.
Okay, what's this colorway here?
That is called
Don't-
Zubat.
Oh my gosh.
Zubat and Jolteon over
Yes.
here. So we've got our Pokemon.
Yeah, and we have some
Oh,
Decepticon.
that's what's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is Decepticon. And I mean, if you want, we can sneak peek a brand new color that doesn't even have a name yet.
Ooh.
So
No name.
no name yet. It just came out, or will be coming out once we name it.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. So
Okay. And I see the fans that you're talking about.
yeah, we've got those, and then we have an extractor overhead.
Wow.
And yeah, so it's always nice and warm in here, which is great in the winter. The most amount we've ever gotten in here is 320 skeins. So
Wow.
yeah,
Now, do you hang yarn anywhere else or just in here?
mostly just in here.
We can show the woolly bullies.
That's
up
okay.
here we can hang excess yarn that isn't
Oh.
quite ready to go out yet. So if
Right.
it's dry enough to not be in the drying room anymore, we can hang it up here and store it
Nice.
overhead. And then this is the studio. So
Wow.
yeah, lots of lights. It's nice and bright, which is nice. And those windows are even tinted.
Wow, look at all those pots.
Yeah.
It
yeah.
gets very hot and steamy back here.
It does. We go
And-
into that climate controlled drying room to cool down.
At 30 degrees, you're cooling
it's 30
down?
degrees and it is cooler.
That's 30
than
degrees
here.
Celsius, people, not
Yes,
30
that's
degrees
Celsius.
Fahrenheit.
Yes.
Which is a darn hot day.
Yes.
It's really nice. Okay, so let's try and get this in order.
Yeah.
Not in order, but what am I looking at right here?
This is our steamer cabinet. It's a proofing oven for restaurants. It gets to about 220 degrees, and we use it for speckles and low water immersion dyeing. So things that we don't want to agitate very much.
Right.
So yeah, we load up all the pans and we can put them in there, and we can do 64 skeins at a time.
Wow.
So yeah, which is kind of
Nice.
cool. And then just carts for
Racks of all
for
your
our dyes,
dyes.
and then this is where most of our colors happen. So we've got the 12 burners. We can do 8 pots or 8 skeins in each of the pots.
So
So
12, 8, 96
96.
skeins.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's not just the oven that you pick up.
So this
at
is
Costco.
300,000 BTUs if we have them all going max.
I can understand why it gets warm in
It
here.
does get warm, yeah.
And those fans are going full on.
They go full, yeah.
And another one of our helpful ideas is these woolly pulleys right here
Are for dipping.
for dipping, because when I first came in, she's like, oh, this is how we do 50-50 dips. We just hold it here like this. And I'm like, no,
Our
no,
poor arms.
no, we're not doing that. There's gotta be a better way.
And at home, that works.
Yeah.
Right.
But at this kind of volume, it
Yeah.
doesn't work. You can't hold that many. We only have so much,
Nice.
so many hands.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, we hang the skeins from there, and that gives us the control to be able to dip them to whatever depth
To make
we
some
want.
of your favorite colorways like Overwatch and Deadpool,
Yep.
Spider-Man.
Yep. So, yeah, and then we've got our overhead hose. This, blasts out boiling water, so it makes
Why-
filling the pots very fast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you don't have to bring them up to heat
And
because
we
the
don't
water's
have
already
to.
boiling.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, it'll fill one of these in about 30 seconds. So.
Okay, kids, do not try this at home.
So yeah, sinks
Sinks
and
and
pans
stuff.
of yarn
And we recycle all of our zap straps.
Yes, we do.
Nice.
We use them for holding the yarn
Mm-hmm.
while we're dyeing it, as you can see. And then
So what colorways do we have going on here?
these are gonna be some of our Sailor Scout colorways.
Oh,
So they have to be speckled still.
right.
So and that is
And
gonna
what,
be
what do you
David
mean
Bowie.
speckled? Oh,
Um,
David!
That's gonna
Sorry.
be David Bowie.
Nice.
Yeah. Speckling is getting the skeins. We get the skeins wet. We soak them. We lay them in a pan,
Mm-hmm.
and we apply powder directly to it instead of making a dye stock. So the powder only takes
In
in
certain
very
areas.
very small spots. So
Gotcha.
yeah,
And some of the powders break into different colors.
Some
to
of
get
the-
really
yeah.
interesting designs.
Gotcha.
yeah.
I see.
Yeah,
And-
these are midway through. This is going to be a new colorway. It's custom for a customer. So these are about half done.
So you do custom colors?
We do.
So we are Black Cat
Black
Custom Yarn.
Oh, gee. Okay.
Hence,
Sorry.
we're making you two different
Camo
camouflage
colors.
colors.
Yeah.
Yes.
We do a lot of custom work. So customers will send us photos of a color or their wedding colors or things like that.
Wow.
So I need a yarn like this.
And that's
we
on
make it
top
happen.
of your 185 colors.
A lot of our 185 colors are actually from custom
Oh,
orders.
custom.
So
Nice.
we reserve the
Okay.
right to make any custom order
Right.
repeatable.
Yeah.
And this is all set up for. Kim
Yeah,
to
these
speckle
are ready to
Decepticon.
speckle.
Well,
These are going to be Decepticon, yeah. So
You know, these would make awesome lasagna pans.
yes. Well, they're restaurant pans.
I
so,
know. I was just being a smartass.
and
very
this is our lovely knitting machine.
This is the
Just
knitting
helps us
machine.
with-
This is how the Scarf of Doom
Scarf of Doom.
has
All of these
become.
guys went into the scarf.
Yep.
Wow. That's a lot of fighter.
Yep.
In our winding station.
I was gonna say you have a winding station.
Yeah, because we make all of our own, not all of them, but most of our own skeins.
Wow.
So 3 of our bases come from the mill already in skein form, which is great. It saves us time. Otherwise, we get them on cones and we have to make our skeins ourselves.
Oh my goodness.
So
Gives
yeah,
us a good handle on quality control though.
it does.
I was gonna say, yeah,
Yeah.
but
Knots do happen.
Oh.
Anybody who knits knows knots happen, but
Right.
we try to avoid them as much as possible.
okay, so you have to introduce me to your sheep and is that a llama?
That is a llama.
Nice.
I picked the llama up
That's gorgeous.
on a trip.
Oh,
So I was in Portland and I found him in a store and I had to bring him home.
Nice.
And then Evan's wife painted the sheep for us.
shut the front door.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, she's actually gonna start doing paint nights here and stuff too.
Yeah. So yeah,
Wow.
we're gonna keep the place and so she can teach people how to paint back here.
Wow.
So yeah. And then we do all of our office work from here, and this is the messy place because this is my
Outgoing
office.
orders ready to
Yup.
be shipped and
Yeah, this is
Wow.
the messy place because this is
tax receipts.
Yep.
First of all, what part of this job is your least favorite?
My least
Tax
favorite?
receipts, other than
Oh,
tax receipts.
Speckling.
Oh, I don't
Speckling. She doesn't like speckling.
mind it.
I'm like,
You don't mind,
The
but
paperwork and organization.
right,
Yeah, I'm not an organized person,
right.
so yeah.
And what's the most fun?
Oh, making colors.
Making
Play.
colors.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Design days are
Yeah.
the best.
So, where do you get your inspiration from your colors?
All kinds of things. Sometimes I'll have a picture in my head or an actual physical picture, and we'll recreate it. Other times it's a character from a show. Other times it's friends have said, "Oh my gosh, can you make this?"
we just got back from our trip to Southern California and driving through LA and Compton and stuff like that.
All
There's
the
lots
graffiti.
of graffiti. And we got lots of color inspiration from
Yes.
graffiti.
Yeah.
Yeah, so expect a new line of LA graffiti colorways.
You
So-
got a. Speaking of that, you've got. It's not graffiti. You've got a really nice wall
Yeah,
just
the mural,
outside here. Some
yeah.
the mural on the wall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Okay, so now I'm going to ask you, for the people out there watching that have maybe, like you, played with some Kool-Aid,
Oh, yeah.
or like Evan, didn't think they'd get into
Didn't know
textiles,
into it, yeah.
but now are thinking, hey, that looks kind of cool, because I mean, you guys make this look really cool. Do you have any words of wisdom or tips? Like, say one tip.
Have fun. Yarn is fun, and it's really hard to ruin.
Like,
Right.
life is too short to do something you hate. So
Oh,
find
yeah.
something that you enjoy doing and go with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know a lot of people are really dedicated to their work, their company, their businesses, but you guys have taken it to the next level,
yeah.
right?
Yep.
You've
Yes.
gone out and gotten yourselves branded.
We did.
Right?
So,
Wow. Okay, I'm just gonna come in right there. So Evans, yours is on your elbow.
Yeah, which
Yep.
practically fits right underneath
right
my
underneath
sleeve.
the t-shirt
So if I'm
sleeve.
standing, it's visible.
Nice. And Kim, yours is on the back of your neck.
Yep.
So tell me, how much did those hurt?
Surprisingly not.
No.
No.
Seriously.
I have tattoos that hurt way more.
Right.
So, yeah.
Wow.
So we have a knitting circle here at the shop every Saturday that we're open from 1 till 4. And it's a lot of fun. Everybody just hangs out and knits.
No fees.
No
You
fees.
have to use our yarn.
Yeah, no, really no rules. It's a lot of fun, safe space. And we also are going to have a lot of events coming up, such as paint nights and dye workshops and knitting classes and crochet classes. There's no set dates for those yet, but if you follow us on Instagram and Facebook, we will be announcing them.
Black Cat Custom Yarn.
Kim, do you want to tell all the viewers exactly how they can find you on social media?
Absolutely, yeah. So we have a website. It is blackcatcustomyarn.com. It's currently under construction, but right now it's just got a link tree in it, so you can find us. You can find us on Instagram at Black Cat Custom Yarn, on Facebook at Black Cat Custom Yarn, and we also have a Ravelry group, so just search us out there. And yeah, we have lots of exciting things coming. We have a monthly subscription if you're interested in getting some mystery yarn that's exclusive to the club.
And how do people get involved with that?
They can go get it right now on our Etsy store.
Okay, excellent. Okay, so as everybody knows, well, as they're learning anyway from watching this show, all of my segments, pretty much all of them, include a giveaway of some sort. And I understand you guys are jumping in on that and helping support. Would you care to tell everybody what they get?
Yeah, if you win, you will get winner's choice of 2 skeins of whatever you want. Any
And-
base, any color, your choice.
Wow. Excellent.
Our gift to you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. And thank you guys for allowing me into this space and allowing the rest of the world into this space, because this has been a very eye-opening view into what goes into dyeing yarn.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you
been a
so
lot of
much.
fun.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
Wow, what a great place. I can't tell you how great it was just to be squishing all that fibery goodness. But guess what? One of you lucky viewers will get the chance to do exactly that. Now, as Kim said in that segment, they are doing a giveaway, and somebody will get 2 skeins of one of their yarns. Now you can pick any of their bases, in any of their weights, and in any of their 185 colors. Can you believe that? 185 colors. Wow, that blows my mind. I can't even think of 185 colors. I can't even think of 100 colors, much less 185. Anyway, in order to get that chance, you have to do a few things. First of all, you have to subscribe to 2 people. One, myself, Mr. Hugs, on Instagram, and Kim, or Black Cat Custom Yarns, both on Instagram. There will be a post. This will be the post. And what you need to do then is like that post and tag 3 of your friends through a comment on that post. Once you do that, your name goes into that draw and somebody will get that yarn. Gosh, wish it was me. I want to win this stuff. Anyway, I hope you had a great time checking that or seeing that tour. That was fantastic. And like I said, if you're ever in Chilliwack, BC, go find Kim at Black Cat Custom Yarns. If you're lucky, maybe she'll even give you a tour at the back. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out all the colorways. I don't know how Evan does it. Believe it or not, there's even more colors. We haven't gotten through the whole bit. Make sure you watch through all the credits and you'll get the rest of them. Okay, so now we're gonna jump out and we're gonna go chat with Jenna and see what's coming up in that wonderful world of knitting that we all love.
Hi, welcome to Knit Reel. I'm Jenna Maria Valley of Everly Yarn, and this is the segment where I share with you some of the upcoming fiber events that are happening around the world. On June 7th to 11th is the 3rd annual Iceland Knit Fest in Blöntos, Iceland. From their website, it reads, Iceland Knit Fest is an annual knitting festival held by the Textile Center and partners in Blöntos, Iceland. It features knitting workshops, lectures, and vendors, as well as various entertainment exhibitions, design recipes on Instagram, and a karaoke evening. On June 8th is Worldwide Knit in Public Day, so we all have no excuse not to go out and bring our knitting wherever we go, or you can just plop yourself in a park like I plan on doing, and doing some non-work related knitting, which would be nice. On June 8th is also Squam Art Fair in Holderness, New Hampshire. From their website it reads, Tucked off the road in an exquisite woodland setting filled with strings of twinkle lights and ice lanterns, the fair has a wide range of gorgeous art and handcrafted wares including pottery, jewelry, stationery, textiles, photography, and mixed media art. Aberdeen Yarn Festival on June 9th is the Doubletree Hilton Treetops Hotel in Aberdeen, Scotland. And Woollen, just outside of Dublin, is on June 14th to 16th. June 15th is the day that website registration opens for Knit City, which is a fall event in Vancouver, BC. So be sure to go to knitsocial.ca where all of the lectures, events, and workshop registration will be open at 7 p.m. FiberX is on Saturday, June 22nd in New South Wales, Australia. And from their website, it says that they will have 28 vendors, including suppliers, indie dyers, fiber artists and makers, a community craft space, a lunchtime panel discussion acknowledging the lack of diversity in the fiber arts community and what we can do to actively change this reality, as well as 6 workshops taught by leading fiber artists like Francois Denoy of Aroha Knits. All of these workshops and more can be found at ittakesballstonit.com. I'm Jana Valley, and I'll see you next time.
Oh, hey, sorry about that. Just catching up on some knitting. Thank you, Jenna, for keeping us updated on everything going on in the wonderful world of knitting. Now, remember, if you have a special event that's not listed, please just send us an email at itbtkshow, or it takes balls to knit show, @gmail.com, and we'll be happy to put it up for you and possibly even mention it in a future episode with Knit Real. Now, just another really quick shout out to Lindsay from Erin Lane Bags for the wonderful traveling project bag that she gave. I'd just like to thank everybody that was involved in this episode. First, Andrew and Andrea from Apple Yarns. Again, can't tell you enough about them. They're just wonderful, wonderful people. If you ever get the chance, you're in Bellingham, again, please make sure you go and say hello. Also, Kim and Evan from Black Cat Custom Yarns. Oh my gosh, 180 plus colors, and they've got more coming out. There'll be a few debuting at Knit City this fall. So again, if you get the chance, go check them out as well. And obviously Jenna for keeping us updated on what's going on in the wonderful world of knitting. Well, as my friend Joey would say, I've got nothing else to say. Well, at least for another 2 weeks anyway. This is Mr. Huggs signing off from It Takes Balls to Knit, where we're knitting the world together, one stitch at a time.
Fresh out of the pot.
Yeah, you can see the steam.
Today, we've got 4 pots that are skeined pots, and then 8 pots that are overdyes. And the overdyes we just keep going and going and going and going and going until we have them all. So we're probably going to do 120, maybe 140 skeins today, time permitting.
Wow.
But then again, that's where it's handy. Kim talked me into buying a house right down the block, so I can. And then she's like, "And now I'll put you on salary, so you can just be here all the time." And I'm like, "Yeah." Wait, what?
I bet you thought I forgot about the giveaway. Not a chance. I did tell you that you'd have to watch the whole episode in order to find out how to win it. So here it is. Here's a bag that's going to be given away. Thank you very much, Lindsay from Erin Lane Bags. And what you need to do in order to be able to win this is to find this post on her Instagram and also or on my Instagram, and make sure you're following the both of us at Mr. Huggs and at Erin Lane Bags. Then just simply tag 3 friends on the post, and remember they don't even have to be knitters, and throw in a comment if you'd like. Okay, if you do that, you'll be entered into a draw to win this bag. Okay, good luck to everybody.
And I just want to point out something here, because a lot of people think that acid dyeing is bad for the environment. But what's to be noted that people don't realize is that when the yarn comes out, the water is clear. Like he just pulled out yarn out of these pots, and there's a little bit there and a little bit here, but this one here is entirely clear. And that's the thing with acid dyeing, is that the yarn absorbs all the dye. So if it's done right,
As long as you
There's
remember
no-
to put in your acid.
yes. So if it's done right, acid dyeing is actually not as bad for the environment as people think.
Oh yeah.
And